Hello, everyone. It is the Sea Tactics doing the ReZero podcast. Yeah. So, yeah. Hello, everyone. Fuck. Hello, everyone. It is Sea Tactics with Win, otherwise known as Big fucking shit. Hello, everyone. It is Sea Tactics for the Win, otherwise known as Ben. Here today with my guest, the Big Hog.
The Big Hog! He thinks he's cute. He knows he's sexy. And he may melt from exhaustion during this podcast.
Do you have like a bottle of water?
I've got some cough medicine.
Oh,
So that's some sort of liquid.
I can't promise that will hydrate you, but if you drink that and you stay awake, it'll do something to you. I can promise you that.
Maybe I should get some Guinness up here. We can do a drunk podcast.
You could mix the cough medicine and the Guinness.
I did have 2 pints of Guinness earlier, but I don't really feel drunk.
You sound incredibly drunk now that you say that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think I'm drunk. Oh, no, I'm tipsy.
Well,
I got the looks.
This is Drunk
that
Garfield.
drives Weinstein wild.
I was wondering why he was a little bit more... How do I say it? A little bit more bouncy.
Confused.
This is happening. I'm glad we decided to do this. So...
I'm glad I put it off yesterday too, because we were going to record yesterday, but I was tired.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And now
so, a reminder.
now I'm melting.
A reminder to all
The
of
Garfield's
you.
melting.
In July, we will have a ReZero special episode. We will be having ReZero Dub Part 1, which is the first 12 episodes. We'll be talking about that with a guest, which we'll be announcing, I assume, at the end of the full video, which is the full podcast, or I think we're going to announce it at chapter 30, I believe. So that'll be fun. And we're also, in that same video, we'll be doing a thing on Ayamatsu if. Still need to correct that.
Ayamatsu if. Ayamatsu if.
And Amelia is best girl and Rim sucks big time.
Exactly.
I don't think that's changed.
We always need to remind the gentle viewers of that. It's important they know the truth.
Well,
they've had the wool pulled over their eyes for too long.
I
It's a conspiracy.
I personally...
Fuck Condi.
Well, the last one, yes. Make sure to send @Condifiction on Twitter the message #FuckCondi because #FuckCondi. Anyways, we're doing chapter 28 today. The chapter is titled A Conversation Over Tea. We are having a conversation over Garfield. That's what I like to think, that we're having a conversation over.
Am I like a tea? Am I like an oozing liquid that comes out of a hentai girl's body? Is that why we're having things over me?
I don't even know what the fuck to say. Subaru, waking up, spends the day reflecting on past events, coming to the conclusion that he needs to either speak to Echidna or take the trials. But the only way to do so is to get past Garfield by using Solid Snake Strat, or as I call it, hide in a PS4 box, but just the head. Now at the entrance of the tomb, Subaru all but begs for Garbo to let him in, but he's not budging. Instead, noticing Louise there, she talks about stories of her raising him. Garfield reacts in the most Garfield ways, of course. Then, as Subaru goes to leave, Louise... What the hell are you doing? Louise catches up with Subaru and they start to chat. They then head to her house, a secluded one that she described...
They do things!
Oh, well... No, they don't. Secluded one
that's too bad.
that she described as being used as a shed by Garfield, meaning he just kind of mistreated it, I guess, would be the right word. There, it is revealed that Frederica and Garfield are brothers and sisters.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, Garfield's the sister, Frederica is the brother.
You know, I just realised Ravioli is now going to love this anime or web novel because they're traps. I know no one watching is going to get that joke.
Yeah, no. That was a joke. Garfield is a big boy. Frederica
I'm a
is
big
girl.
boy. Yeah,
Uh,
allegedly. We still haven't got confirmation of that. But what we do have confirmation of is that Garfield is actually the Shield hero.
so he's got a 10-year-old girl that actually looks like a 20-year-old girl.
Well, he's got Ram. And then I guess Luz.
This
You know, loses like the granny lolly. You know?
he needs a raccoon girl. That's what he needs.
A raccoon girl.
Yeah.
Well, he'll have some rabbits to eat soon enough. Some yummy
That's
yummy
right.
little rabbits.
There is a great rabbit out there somewhere.
Nom 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 nom. Rabbit.
I mean, first thing I got
Rabbit or duck.
is besides the last part, this was kind of a boring chapter. I
don't disagree.
I fell asleep during it. There's just a lot of talking.
like the first half of this chapter, it's kind of like a recap thing, and it's like reflecting like on past events and having Subaru. I guess I was trying to formulate a plan or like his path for this loop and I guess future loops as well. And it was kind of boring because it's all just like re-going over stuff we've seen before, and it's not really giving us anything new in his sort of planning department, I guess. And it kind of leads me on to the one flaw of I say the one flaw. There's probably many flaws of ReZero, but there's something I noticed in particular in this chapter, and I guess throughout the series in general. We get like a great like amount of detail into the working of Subaru's mind, like in regards to his emotions, like how he views himself, how he views the world, like how he thinks the world perceives him. But very rarely, like do we see the full extent of his thought patterns, like when forming a plan, until it's time for like the big reveal. I feel like it's probably going to leave a lot of fuck. I just. Okay, so I feel like it's going to like leave a lot of readers confused that, like in the moment as to what he's actually thinking. And although we get like given like the information, I guess, like to kind of figure it out sometimes, like we never really see like Subaru like process it, or I guess like kind of act on it in certain loops. He just kind of like the information kind of like accumulates, like until it's like time for him to like apply it all. Until like he has all the pieces kind of like put into place.
It's like a puzzle, except for Subaru's mind.
And it kind of feels like a shortcut in the writing style, like they're leaving out key. They are telling you things, but they're not showing you Subaru's thought process, and they're leaving the things that happen in certain loops as like they're kind of plot holes because he knows about these things, but he's not acting on them because like the author doesn't want to reveal it yet. Sort of thing, if you know what I mean.
Well, I mean that's kind of like that's a good way to write a character in general, is have him be in many ways, not in every way, but in most ways, kind of have him be of the viewpoint of the people reading the story itself. So if you have that kind of character writing, you know, it definitely lends well to a lot of stories, and that's traditionally how you write a main character anyway. So
I guess, yeah. It would just be nice to sort of like see him just more of his thought process in putting things together, and instead of sort of saving it for the big reveal, if you know what I mean. And I mean, Arc 3 is kind of like an exception to this because of him sort of like mentally breaking and needing to be fixed, and then like when you know after he's sort of done with Ram, you know, he then can sort of like put all the pictures together and figure out. He wasn't really in the headspace to be, you know, for us to be seen as working out how to fix it properly. But I feel like in Arc 4 in particular, it's it'd just be nice to just like a little bit less of the recap and a little bit more what are you gonna do with this information. Like, so you've narrated to us, you know, what's already happened, but you haven't told us, you know, how you're going to come about it. All you've got to do is you're pretty much at a stalemate, you know.
Yeah. I feel like this chapter was definitely written at a time in the author's life where he was like, well, what do I do?
Well, I want to make this arc the longest as I possibly can. So let's just put some stuff here. Let's have Luz giving Garbo some food.
Well, I think what happens in the next couple chapters is it's just, it's gonna happen anyways. God, why
Yeah.
are people messaging me on Discord? Stop it. Stop messaging me on Discord. Fuck. How do I turn off notifications on Discord? Everybody can hear them. It's terrible.
I can't hear them.
Notifications.
That could be because I've got a noisy fan going.
Yeah, there we go. No, yeah.
Are you going to cut this out of the
No,
thing when we edit?
no.
You should do.
Oh wait, no, I gotta go back.
You should also cut out that big pause I did.
No.
Yeah, definitely do that. People are going to be like, did he die?
Why is it doing the?
Is he having a heart attack?
I'm gonna have to cut this out now. I don't know what the fuck just happened. Anyways, we're good now. We're fine.
Okay.
We should be totally fine. Oh my god, why is she being abused that way? Ugh. Anyways,
Who's getting abused?
I still love Micah Chan, and I want to protect her flat chest and eat strawberries with her. See Pitter below. She wants to eat strawberries with you too. Didn't ever say that. Put that
Are
there.
you sure? Are you sure? I know how you feel about our Micah-chan. I know you have a very, very soft spot in your heart for her.
I'm fairly certain I never wrote this. like 80% sure I never wrote this.
Well, I'm sure this is fake news. I see that picture you put in there too of Micah-chan. That definitely wasn't me.
Oh yeah, I gotta read the picture. Okay.
I know you like your strawberries.
So there's a picture for audio listeners. There's a picture of Micah from Blendes, right?
Yeah.
Blendes.
She's blending, baby.
She's staring at a dude in glasses very sadistically saying, "Why aren't there any strawberries around here?" And she looks like she really wants some strawberries.
Oh yeah, she the strawberries fuel her sadisticness. She's not going to be able to do a job without them. It's a very
Also-
concerning time for her.
Also, apparently, Lude Louise noise? Lude Louise?
Oh yeah, when you were talking about Louise, I thought it would be funny to make in like an alliteration thing. Let's lewd Louise. She is lewd, and we're going to lose
So
her.
you
'cause
put
her
that in
name's
my
Louise.
notes.
Yeah,
What the hell?
I've got too many notes there. I'd probably lose it if I put it in my own notes.
I love the continuity of the kill counter, with Puck and Elsa being tied for first and everybody else is second place.
Do you think Elsa's going to take the crown for the Subaru kill count by the end of this arc?
I think
Or do you think or will Puck come back and reclaim it? Or will there be
it's
like
gonna be
another
Elsa.
threat?
it's got to
Will
be
there be
Elsa.
another? Do you think maybe there'll be like another threat that comes along?
Oh, is it player unknown? Is he gonna jump
Oh,
over
yeah.
from PUBG and get a tactical nuke on Subaru?
Yeah, he's going to bring in some monsters from Monster Hunter World with him. He's going to bring some Elder Dragons. He's going to fuck shit up.
Reference like 20 games. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't died a lot in this arc, so
No, like at the start, I think he commits suicide at the start, doesn't he? When he when he goes back to Crucius Mansion, and he sees like Rem lying there. He just commits. He just like slits his throat or something, and he goes back only like a few minutes in time, and he's like, fuck.
oh yeah, you're
and
right.
And then they have the death we've just had recently, where he goes to the mansion and don't you remember? Didn't we promise that I'd slice your little belly, baby? And
Wow.
Elsa is into her Alka-Seltzer. She's slicing away and pow, pow, pow. That's not really the sound of a cutting knife, but you get the
Also,
gist.
Also,
He goes
Subaru,
dead.
Subaru is into olderish women.
Mm.
I'm guessing a little bit more mature, not exactly
Yeah.
like 50 or 60-year-old women.
This has been like the author's kind of like beating this over our head like the past few chapters, and like earlier in the arc as well. It might have been in this flashback or like earlier as well. Like I feel like the author's trying to like subtly try and implant into our minds that he's not a lolicon. But ignore the Beatrice. Ignore Petra. Ignore the Rem and the Ram. ignore the Anastasia's little followers. Definitely not a lolicon. Ignore the Granny Loos.
Ignore everyone.
I feel like he's trying to trick us here.
He's also into like the sister type as well, the older sister type.
Yeah. I mean, I can kind of dig that too. I like a nice older sister too.
Do you have any sisters?
Only imaginary ones.
Well, that explains. Perfect explains why you're into sisters. Then I guarantee you, if you had one, you'd be like, "Ew."
Oh, I don't know. Oh, with my hentai fetishes, there could be some lewd stuff going on in our house.
What?
I totally don't like every manga sensei or anything. Baba.
Ecchi light novel protagonist dunce?
Baga dance, ecchi light novel protagonist. Baga. So moving on. I guess this chapter kind of starts with like a moment of reflection. I guess like Subaru's been up all night and he's sort of like deep in thought. And he says he only got like 2 or 3 hours sleep. And Subaru says, "This would have been unthinkable back in the old world. Sunrise is opposed to an eye, fall asleep, you know." I don't know why Subaru has that voice now, but it just feels like kind of like a cool like reflection and like an analogy as well, I guess, to show like how far he's come, like since his time, what we assume to be in the other worlds. I feel like Subaru didn't just come from like the other world to like you know when he first comes and he starts off in the middle of town and he's like, "Oh, where am I?" Like, I feel like it didn't start there. I feel like he was sent there and then he had his like memories erased and he'd been in the other world before or something. But that's the theory for another day. But it was just like a nice like way to show how he's like grown and just like a single simple a simple paragraph. Like the author really knows like how to use words or like single sentences to convey like complex emotions, or in this case growth. I just think that's pretty cool little talent he's got as an author. All hail Tapei Nagatsugi. Sieg hail. Hail Trump.
Once again,
I'm doing the Trump salute.
Drunk Garfield is a gift to humanity. I believe.
I don't feel drunk. I'm just.
You're that drunk, okay?
No, I don't feel it. I'm just a bit excited. I don't know. Maybe boobies. Like big boobies. I linked you some boobies earlier before the chat.
Why did you jump immediately to boobs?
I don't know, because they're Moe boobs. Like Moe boobs. If Kirani ever made a hentai, it's like, oh, Moe boobs. Do you think Amelia would have Moe boobs if they ever made hentai fanfics or dojins?
Why are we talking about this?
I don't know.
You just you just keep going in.
Well, that's what I do. You know, I like to go in bareback.
And then you do that. You keep twisting. You're like a Twizzler. You think it stops twizzling, but it keeps twizzling.
I twist like Rem did in episode 15. Yeah, I go. Now I'm dead. My bones are broken. Super, save me.
I was gonna say spoilers, but then I was like, wait a moment.
We're doing the web novel. I was way past that.
We're way ahead. If anyone right now is watching this and has not seen the anime or hasn't read the first arcs, why are you here?
Maybe Arby is checking it out. He's seeing what weird shit we do on our podcasts.
Fucking
but
fucking weird.
Yeah,
podcast.
Moving on from me being a total weirdo, so one of the Harlem villagers, so like points out to Subaru that he's got drool on his cheek, and this leads to a very important question: what would Amelia do if she were there? Would she lick it off for him? Would she dry wipe it away with a special EMT tissue, or would she just give him another lap pillow and let him drool in her lap again? You know, I should do a poll on Twitter.
What the hell was that? Was that actually? I feel like you improv that whole thing.
No, well, it actually has. So Subaru like wakes up because he's only had like 2 hours sleep or something, and there's like a brief scene where there's like a random like no name. Well, I think there might have been 2 no name villagers. Like there's no dialogue, but it's kind of like implied there's dialogue or something. I forget what happens, but like he's kind of drooling, and one of the villagers gives him like a tissue.
Well, if Amelia...
Oh wait, they don't give him a tissue. They point it out to him. I think. That's it.
If Emiria was there, she would pull out her handkerchief.
Do you think?
Oh,
Are you sure she wouldn't just give him a lap pillow? I feel like she's at such a broken point. She might think, oh, Subaru needs another lap pillow. Oh wait, oh no, Dave's got drooled. Oh, my mind's not what it used to be. Ever since I went to that trial. Oh.
I feel like Amelia should like unironically talk in like third person about herself while still realizing she's still herself. So she's like, Amelia is having a lot of troubles right now, and Amelia is not feeling well.
We could have a chapter where Amelia becomes Beatrice. She starts imitating Beatrice's speech pattern, and she'd be like, Amelia must go and face the trials again, I suppose.
and everybody's like, Amelia, are you okay? You're talking in the third person about yourself. Amelia is fine. Which is what she would tell you if she wasn't fine.
It'd be so
Amelia is not fine.
God, it would be so nice if that became like an actual speech pattern that just like randomly came out of nowhere and it just sort of recurred for the rest of the arc, and there was like no explanation for it at all, and it was just like done as a gag.
That'd be weird.
I mean, it probably make absolutely no sense and kind of throw the story out of whack a bit. But maybe if we get like a parody spin-off of like, you know, if he did like an April Fool's or something again, like the Ayamatsu If was that was an April Fool's joke, and it'd be funny if he did something like that as an April Fool's again.
Amelia needs a haircut. Amelia's hair is getting in the way.
No, Amelia has beautiful hair. It's silver, it's long, and it's shiny.
I was saying that as if she was saying it, like she just needs a trim.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to start a fight with me. I didn't realise you were doing the Amelia impersonation.
Amelia wants to look like an Australian death hound.
I
want to get a mohawk and wear football pads. I want to be a Mad Max.
If anyone can find an Amelia with a mohawk, please link it to me on Twitter at DreamoNemo. I would greatly appreciate that.
I can't believe we're the best. I can't believe we're the biggest and best podcast for ReZero on the internet today.
But that may be because we're the only ReZero podcast.
We can say that. We're the only one, and we're the biggest one. So we're the best ReZero podcast on the internet.
So I'm googling Amelia Mohawk, and I'm not getting the type of Amelia that I want. I am quite upset.
Anyways,
but,
I have a theory.
I like theories.
And it may be totally wrong. It could be one of those things where it could be right, could be wrong. It's not a super big one. Frederica and Garfield, I think the reason they're kind of like not having a fun time right now together is because possibly Frederica is working at the mansion as a maid, and I think somehow that doesn't sit well with Garfield.
Yeah,
I know Garfield is kind of fickle, so I think that's one of the reasons is her going away to the mansion.
Like, I don't know if Garfield said it recently or if he's going to say it in the coming chapters, but like there's an event where like Garfield like shows his like dislike for Roswell. He may have already done it. I can't quite remember, but I think it happens more than once. So we'll probably get it again, but I feel like he might always like see it as a betrayal, like on her part as well. And here's the thing, like, how does a demi-human such as Frederica leave the sanctuary while the others are stuck there?
Maybe she wasn't in there.
Well, here's the thing, because they had that house where Garfield and Frederica played with the shields.
Fuck, that's a good point. Could it be a side effect of the timeline rewriting itself?
No, I hadn't thought of that. That is very interesting. I was thinking more along the lines of when Luz is talking about them, she calls them Garfield Tinsel and Frederica Borman, which implies they would have they're step siblings. So I wonder if there's something in the bloods, like maybe Frederica isn't sort of a demi-human she's a demi-human, but in a different sort of demi-human that isn't restricted by the barrier. Maybe I'm curious if it's something to do with the bloodline.
Maybe she was born outside of the barrier somehow. And she can.
I feel like they
maybe there's some. Maybe she has a pact.
No, they must have been, because they've got different parents, and from what we know, from what I understand as well, Garfield's meant to have a crazy backstory that is really, really sad. And from what I understand, and from what we get in this chapter as well, the sanctuary is very peaceful from what I can gather. It doesn't seem like the sort of place where bad stuff is going to happen. I do wonder if maybe that Garfield and Frederica weren't actually born in the sanctuary, and maybe that's why Luz looks after Garfield, because he came here when he was really young or something, and he she felt really sorry for him because of what happened.
I'm not sure.
Me neither.
Any more notes?
Oh God, I've got tons, but I was just going to say I think we're at chapter 81 at the moment with Translation Chick, and we still haven't gotten Garfield's backstory yet.
Spoilers.
I'm not going to mention any spoilers. You really don't trust me with spoilers, do you?
Spoilers.
Spoiler Chan, continuity Chan. We get another lovely reminder of Roswell's importance. So there's a bit of narration that goes, so the refugees were in high spirits, and although he hates to admit it, the fact that their Lord Roswell remains with them must have brought them a considerable sense of reassurance. And I also have here hashtag fuck Roswell, hashtag fuck Condi, and hashtag fuck Rem. I know we talked about this probably for the past 3 or 4 chapters, but it's just interesting, the importance of Roswell and what he means. We know he's a lord of a land, I just ponder, I guess, how much power does he have? What are his duties as the lord of the land? And it just brings you back to this cesspool of questions that just revolve around Roswell. God, there are so many mysteries around him that fuck. We need to insert a Chitanda gif here. I need to know. I also like the narration refers to him as their Lord Roswell. Michael Jackson is our Lord and Savior. He's our King of Pop.
Yes, yeah.
So you got any more notes, or do you want me to? Should I carry on with my ridiculous, crazy amount of notes?
Yes, carry on with the notes, sir.
Okay, so I want to talk about how Subaru sort of still doubts himself, really immensely. I feel so. I'm going to read a small passage. So the villagers' faith in Subaru, who ate and slept with them, also played no small part in this. But Subaru, with his low evaluation of his own influence, didn't take this into account. And it's this line, I feel like it kind of shows that Rem's influence that she's had on Subaru is kind of faded from the world, and instead of the positive effects that she's had on Subaru's outlook. And there's other bits of narration later on in the chapter that adds to this feeling too, where Subaru thinks about Garfield's possible reactions next time he returns by death. So he goes recalling the memory of Rem stealing away his life with a morning star when she could no longer trust him as a result of the stench still left him a lonely sense of emptiness on the left side of his body. I don't know why the left side, but I just feel is Subaru going to need saving again this arc, and who the fuck is going to do it? It almost feels like he's reversing, not necessarily reversing, but he's kind of losing. Yeah, regress it. Regressing's a good word for it. And I can't see Emilia doing it in its current state. Like even Subaru said he wants to do for Emilia what Rem did for Subaru, so I don't think it's going to be her. I can't and I can't be actually Donna being the motherly kind of witch. She has some sort of like ulterior motive to get something out of Subaru.
I think the whole effect that Rem has had on Subaru, I think it's one of those things is because she's not there anymore, and no one remembers her. And, well, a lot of people don't. Her own sister doesn't know who she is. So I think I think that just has to do with her, because she's not there and not a constant influence. I think that. And
that's the thing. It's like
about her. I think that's a part of the effect of the curse.
Yeah.
But I think that's also just kind of a thing that naturally happens. Like,
I feel like this is like really important for Subaru as well to like develop on his own, because I feel like if Ren was still here, she'd be holding him. I feel like holding him back maybe a bit harsh, but I feel like he wouldn't be able to progress in the same way. Like if he was if Rem was here, like Rem, okay, she gives him all the support in the world, but it doesn't really like allow Subaru to act on his own. It's like with the whale as well. That's exactly it. Yeah, I feel like this is a great opportunity for him to learn to stand on his own 2 feet.
Yeah, I feel like many ways Rem and Subaru's relationship was Rem was almost motherly in a sense to Subaru at times.
Yeah.
Where she was like, "Yeah, I believe in you. Anything that you can do, you can do."
And I like Rem
thing to do.
Yeah, and I although I shit on Rem on the daily, she is a great character, and what she's done for Subaru is just fantastic. But I feel like she needs to be gone from the story for now, at least. Subaru has a lot of development to do. Like what we got was freaking beyond belief. I don't think I've seen episodes quite like episode 18, but his development, there's still more to do. He's nowhere near fully completed.
More notes?
Yeah. So do you think the rift between the villagers and the sanctuary residents is a ruse used by Garfield? Subaru says at the very least Subaru felt it was to the point where the divide between human and half-bloods no longer existed anywhere beyond their thoughts, and they had this big source of tension in the initial loop, that something bad was going to happen, so they had to evacuate immediately, and this source of tension is gone, and it was such a key point as well, and I don't understand why. Is something going on behind the scenes that we just don't know?
Yeah, obviously. I think there's many things that have happened in ReZero that I think there's going to be revelations throughout that are going to be well, someone had a plan, and the plan has been working.
Yeah, I from what I gather, Roswell's meant to have a huge revelation in this arc, which completely kind of tips at least arc 4 on its side, or just make you view it in an entirely different light. It's meant to be a huge Roswell is Rem. Well, or according to my theory, Roswell is Kenichi. Please see our previous podcast, chapters 11 through 15. Good plug. Not a bad plug.
More notes?
Oh fuck. Okay. Do you not have any more notes?
No, I have no more. You just keep going.
Oh, okay. Oh god, I've got so many. So Subaru talks about the barrier at the sanctuary. So he says the only real thing dividing them was the barrier, wasn't it? I don't know what might have been going through the mind of whoever put that thing up. That was a pretty arsehole thing to do. And I just think why was the barrier there in the first place? Why are these why are there trials to free the sanctuary if it's so important that the demi-humans remain trapped there? And if Ecce Donna is truly the creator of the barrier, then why? So this is where theory time theory time comes into place. I've got 2 theories, or not really theories, but ideas, I guess. So A, either the Sanctuary has been one big plan in the making for the single purpose of Amelia coming to free them and serves no other purpose at all and is just part of Roswell's grand master plan. So everything that's fucking happened at the Sanctuary is just part of Roswell's plan and it's been in the making for centuries. Or B, the trials have some sort of magical power to them that transfers to whoever passes them and will allow Echidna to be freed from the tomb by possessing that person's body. So when you think about like how else, because when we first meet Echidna, she says she's basically like a countermeasure if Satella ever like breaks free from her prison, and like how else is she going to be able to act as a countermeasure if she doesn't have a physical body? And why did she collect like the souls of the other 7 witches? You know, I feel like that's major firepower.
Maybe it's one of those things where at some point Echidna wants to use those witches, not necessarily to use them, I guess, as like a part of a team. Maybe she wants to take their powers for her own and become the strongest witch ever. Maybe she's the God, the guy with the Infinity Gauntlet. What's his name again? Thanos. Maybe she wants to become Thanos of ReZero.
Oh god, did you like that? I couldn't stand that movie.
I haven't seen it.
Oh god, I died inside. It was. I've never been like a big Marvel fan, like really, but that film was just the most stupid thing I've ever seen. Yeah, but okay, back to ReZero. So speaking of Echidna wanting to be Thanos, would you drink Thanos' body fluids if they were given to you as a Donna T?
I'm not drinking body fluids. Why does it always come back to this question? Will you drink body fluids, Ben? Tell me. Well, I want to know.
I'm going to ask you every podcast until you say yes, but I feel like I should do another Twitter poll. I feel like I might get some good results. Would you drink?
Are you making a Twitter poll in the middle of this video? It's in your notes.
Yes.
You scripted yourself to do this. You could have made this when you were making the notes, and you could have been like, a couple days ago, Ben, before we recorded this podcast. I know, but it's in the notes. Another Twitter poll, methinks. It says it right there.
Well, it's meant to be funny, you know. I thought it'd be something funny to put in. I'm not good at being spontaneous.
More notes.
Someone's already voted no. Who is this? I'm going to kill them. How dare they not drink Echidna's tea? Wow. Do you think there'll be any like delayed side effects of drinking the Donna tea? Like,
quick answer, yes. Totally.
So since it was something that's supposed to have happened like in the spiritual world, like Subaru really wanted to believe that his actual body hadn't absorbed any Donna bits, and that's actually what the novel says. I'm not making that Donna bits. The thought of having Donna bits inside me makes me kind of hot inside. Please feel free to write your fanfics here. Send them to me. And Echidna also has some sort of undisclosed history with Puck. We don't really know what that is yet. I wonder if it will lead to something where it will like drinking the tea will somehow allow Subaru to bring forth Puck and make him come out of his hiding. I mean, I doubt it, but it just kind of crossed my mind as like a possibility.
Maybe the tea awoken some magical energy inside Subaru he didn't have before. Maybe now he has magical circuits and he can summon a master, aka
Ilya. Lolly Ilya.
Ilya. Yes, Lolly Ilya, because that would be totally useful.
Hey, it would if she's the magical girl from Fake Elite. She's pretty strong in that.
Kill them, Berserker! That's all I have to say.
Kill them, Oni-chan! I'm not Aramanga. He called me Aramanga Sensei. Please kill him, Oni-chan. So Luz brings a package for Garfield of dumplings. Now, Garfield seems like quite the carnivorous fellow. And do you think dumplings in the morning are all he needs for his sustenance? Like, do you think he's going to take a bite out of Subaru later on? Like, I picture him being in some weird, like, cannibalistic shit, just like eating other members of the sanctuary. Like, you want to fight me? I'll fucking eat you, motherfucker fool!
I'm gonna eat you right now, 'cause I'm a little hungry.
Oh, I'm hungry.
You know what? You bring up a good point. It seems Garfield doesn't need as much sustenance as maybe other people. Maybe that just has to do with the anatomy of him being a demi-human. Maybe he just doesn't need much, but maybe there's at a certain point where he has to eat a lot. Because to be the strongest person, you got to have a lot of energy, right? So maybe he can eat like a normal human. Maybe he doesn't have to eat it like a normal human at all. Maybe he can just, say like every month or so, just have a huge meal, and that sustains him because his like metabolism is really advanced, or something.
Or maybe
like
he'll
that.
find some killer rabbits and he'll eat them, and they'll give him superpowers, and he'll become Thanos.
Gonna eat some killer rabbits. It's gonna taste like rabbits. Which is chicken.
Duck or rabbit? Duck or rabbit? Do you like rabbit or do you like duck?
I don't know what to say to that.
I'm just I'm rambling here now. So the interaction between I thought like the interaction between like Lars, The
interaction between Lars and Rick.
Lars. Okay, Luz or Louise is now officially renamed to Lars. Yeah, okay. It's Lars is Louise or Luz is now the drummer from Metallica. It's the drummer, isn't it? I'm not getting that wrong. Okay, but I thought like the interaction between Gars and Lars, Gar and Lars, was like pretty.
You're really into this.
Am I?
Yeah.
Am I really? Well, I'm glad. I don't want to bore people. I just feel like I'm rambling about nonsense here, and I feel like people are going to tune out. But
no, they won't tune out. But you're definitely rambling a little bit.
Okay, so the interaction between Gar and La, I thought was really adorable. Like La smacks Gar on the head, and Gar goes, "Owie." And then La goes, "This isn't how I raised you. You make me ashamed to be your Granny La." Granny Lars. And although it does bring up kind of an interesting point, like, do you think this was done for the sake of comedy, or was Gars actually in pain from Granny Lars hitting him? And Granny Lars is actually super strong and like Super Saiyan. She's going to be in the sequel to Dragon Ball Super.
Well, I don't think there's anything you can gather from this in that sense, but I think it does.
I just thought it was like really quirky and cute and fun. I just like that line, and I just wanted to talk about it because it was cute with Granny Lars and Uncle Gar.
We saw what Pasturage did to Garfield, which is a whole lot of nothing. So
yeah,
I don't think that hurt him at all. But
no.
I think it's just one of those things where it's like, like you hit your hand on something and you go, "Owie."
Oh, owie.
It doesn't really hurt, but you just say "ow" anyways.
One thing I thought was really funny about this chapter, I don't know if we have like a saying in America, like "go sit in your corner" or something. But like Garfield says, "What? You don't have to come back, I ain't letting you through anyway." I can't do the Garfield voice without coughing.
You don't have to come back, I ain't letting you through anyway. You might as well go sit quietly in a corner somewhere, yeah?
Yeah, pipe down, Subaru. Sit in your corner, you little muggle. Subaru is Harry Potter. 100% confirmed. A non-wizard folk. How do you not know this?
I'm not really into non-wizardy or wizardy things.
Wow. You make me cry. I cry. I almost cried as much as when you said you didn't like Amelia. Now that was the PTSD flashbacks. They're coming back. No. No.
I don't know what's happening right now.
I am.
More notes.
Yeah.
That's
Why
the
don't
only
I
thing I
make
can
some
do at this
notes?
point.
Um. So, do you think no, not Luz. Do you think Lars will end up playing a part in getting Garfield to like come around from his stubbornness? Because
Totally.
like,
Yeah, I think so. I
Ca-
think she'll be like, yeah, Garfield, you know what?
so
I
I
agree with the
don't.
things you say sometimes,
Yeah.
and I stand behind you. But maybe
Like,
let Subaru do his thing.
well, it's like we're like 81 chapters in, and like Subaru hasn't made any progress with Garfield at all. If anything, it gets worse like each and every loop. And like he's been given some advice from Echidonna like about Garfield, but he doesn't like he hasn't really thought, he doesn't really know how to what to do about it yet, I guess. And like I feel like the only person he can really speak to about it is going to be Luz. Like she seems to be pretty okay. Although like half the time she backs Garfield, like she's not, she's not like an unreasonable person. She always like hears Subaru out, at least from what we've seen so far. And then there's also like another way Subaru could get Lars to listen, but that would be getting into spoiler territory. So I'm not going to delve into that any further. What else? Oh. So I've got a funny quote. So Lars goes, and here I was wondering why you were suddenly looking at me like that. Suo, you don't happen to be attracted to little girls, do you? That's even more hopeless than Rosbo. And this raises the ultimate question: what is Roswell's fetish? Is he a high school girl's thigh-high sort of man? Kenichi.
This is what I
100
think.
girls' phone number.
This is what I think. I think Roswell isn't even into any of those things. I think he's like the kind of guy who goes on Reddit and he's like, I heard they got some girls with their buttholes. I'm gonna go look at some girls' buttholes. I think he's a butthole
man of
man.
anal. An anal. Oh, I like.
I
Well,
just think
he
likes
did
butthole
seem.
pics.
He seemed awfully keen in season 1 in the anime when he was about to say that bar to Subaru, and Subaru was like, "No thanks, Michael Jackson. I'm out. You ain't my Billie Jean. You're not my love."
But I think that Roswell is just really into the butthole pics. Like, so much so that he doesn't look at anything else. He doesn't care about anything else. He likes that butthole.
So do you think Naoko is into likes having a butthole pierced? Because that would sort of confirm my theory if Roswell is in fact Kenichi.
I don't even care anymore.
Well, why don't you care? You should care.
I quit the podcast. I'm done. I'm out.
Naoko's butthole is important. So I guess my final note is the experiment.
Whoa. What's the one right below the one you just read? There's another one.
Is
You
there?
have to read it. Yeah.
Huh?
Uh-huh.
What?
There is. You gotta read it.
Stevie thinks he's the sword shield
No.
hero.
No. I'll highlight it for you. I don't even care.
Oh,
look at that. Look at that note, highlighted note right there. You gotta read that. That's in your notes, man.
I don't see it. Oh. Wow, fuck you.
You gotta read it.
No, I'm not. Amelia is much better than Hyoka. Chitanda is a piece of shit and should burn in a fire.
Wow. Wow, it was just a joke.
I take my Amelia loving very seriously, I think you'll find.
I'm so sad now.
For those of you who are wondering, what's my former friend, C Tactics, put in my notes was Amelia isn't as good as Hyoka, to which I just defend him everywhere I can.
I tried to make a joke, but
and speaking,
it didn't work.
I think I'm going to cry after this podcast. You make me cry. How could you be? That's so anti-Semitic. How could you not like poor Amelia? I cry inside. But speaking of lewd, let's talk about the experimental grounds and their purpose. I don't know why this is lewd, but let's carry on. So Subaru thinks the morale is high among the sanctuary, I think, for a place being called the Witches' Experimental Grounds. And like, why is the morale so high if is an experimental grounds? Like, what experiments are going on there, and why are they happy about it?
It could be something like Stockholm Syndrome at that point, where they're like, well, we get like residency, we get food. I
do wonder like why they like why does some of I know we get told about the sanctuaries that don't want to be liberated, but we never really see them, and from this from this chapter, I feel like they're happy there. Mm-hmm. Like I don't even understand the faction that do want to be liberated, if you know what I mean. I don't really understand the faction that don't want to either. Can they just stay there? I don't know.
Maybe there's some type of brainwashing going on.
So far, all we know is it's for the purpose of gaining support for Amelia, but surely there must be more to it than that. But
maybe it's just not bad. And it's not as bad as it seems. Who knows?
So, going back to Garfield being a shield hero, how long do you think he gets a pet lolly again? A new pet lolly? Do you think when he leaves, if he ever leaves the sanctuary, he'll get more lolly pets? Maybe Mimi from Anastasia's camp will be his little pet.
We do not lewd the lollies.
We do in my Discord.
I mean, you said that, not me.
Yeah, join my Discord for if you're a man of culture.
Man of culture. That's a way to put it.
I think that is my note A's complete A.
Really? Because there's one you missing, I think. I'll highlight it for you. You gotta read it because it's in your notes.
Yeah, I'm not reading that.
No, it's in your notes. You gotta read it.
I hate Hyoka, and I think Chitanda looks like Hitler.
Why?
Yeah, you put it there, not me.
No, it obviously says I love Hyoka and I love Chitander, so you have to say that.
I don't think so. No, that reads I think that says Chitander's a communist. She's the biggest monetary supporter of Vladimir Putin, and she's preparing to rage World War III.
Well, I guess that's all for the podcast.
This guy sucks. He doesn't love Amelia. Unsubscribe from him. Follow me on Twitter because he doesn't love Amelia, and Amelia's great, and she is like a deity, and we should all worship her by bowing on the ground and making lewd fan art.
Where can they find you?
They can find me on the Twitter at DreamoNemo, and they can also join my Discord where we talk about Amelia and things. And I'm very tired. I feel like I'm melting now. I told you I was going to melt at the start of this. I feel like I've melted by the end of this one.
And honestly, it still sounds like you're drunk.
I'm always drunk. It's an eternal curse.
You can find me at CTacticsFTW over on Twitter. You can also find me here, which is where you're watching me. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon button so you never miss a video. Make sure you give this video a like if you haven't already. Remember, the June special is coming up soon, or the July special. So be prepared for that. Can't wait to talk about some ReZero anime again.
I am Matsu with Subaru and Elsa doing the Alka-Seltzer, and they did it with a doctor on a helicopter because they're feeling supersonic. They need that gin and tonic.
Well, that's it for the greatest ReZero podcast on the internet, because we're the only one. So we are objectively the only one, and we are now objectively the greatest ReZero podcast ever.
Yeah, having someone that's melting and possibly... I don't really feel drunk, but Ben thinks I'm drunk.
You're totally drunk.
I don't think so.
How would you know you're drunk? How am I drunk?
Hey, I'm gonna spreeze. I'm gonna spreeze. I'm gonna freeze you with deep freeze.
I don't even know what you're saying anymore. Thanks everybody for watching the podcast. See you later. Bye bye.
Gonna spreeze. Spreeze.